My name is Elijah Jacqueway, and I'm a part of Save Our Streets. I'm here with Jake Paul from Sardos Studios. Nice to meet you, Jake.
Hello, Elijah. It's good to be here, part of the Save Our Streets program. What do you want to know about video games?
How do you make them?
So, my job specifically is to do all of the 3D art. So I do the character modeling, the environmental modeling, so buildings and trees and streets, cars, and whatnot. So I do all of that, and then my partner, my good friend, does all the coding and scripting. So he's actually kind of building the game and making the game work. If that makes sense.
And how long does it take to make a game?
That depends on, the scope of your project, really. So you can have a really big game or a really small game. Right now, we're kind of doing a medium-sized game, and we've been working on it for the past year. And we're not quite done, but we're almost done.
Do you get along with your coworkers?
Yeah, like I said, my partner is a good friend of mine, so we have a good relationship, and we make a really good team. We share ideas. He takes a look at my 3D artwork and gives me criticisms. I go in and we'll play the game and check maybe the physics and whatnot and give feedback on that. So we definitely work off each other really well, I think.
What kind of games have you guys made? What kind of games have you guys made? Have you guys made before?
So this is our first game, and right now we are doing virtual reality, so VR. So those big headsets, and you got the controllers, and it's like you're in the world. Have you played, with the VR? Have you ever played one yet? Oh, you have? So yeah, so that's the type of game we're currently working on.
Is it starting to be a good game, like where a lot of people like it?
I hope so. That's the whole point of us trying to do this, is to make a product and sell it, and hopefully have people enjoy it and have fun with it and tell their friends about it.
How long have you guys been working on it for?
So we've been working on it pretty much the past year.
Do you make mistakes?
Yeah, mistakes is a common thing, especially since me and my partner, we don't really have any actual training in making video games. We're pretty much all self-taught. So yeah, mistakes are common, but they're good because it makes us better, and it makes us rethink or how to approach the project if we make mistakes. So it's good to make mistakes.
What is your favorite game?
My favorite game? I don't know if I could pick one because I play a lot of games, but right now my favorite game that I'm playing right now is Super Mario Odyssey. I'm a big Nintendo fan. I love their philosophy towards making games and their whole the whole look of their games. So I love their colorful approach to the graphics, because since I do the graphics, it's something that I really pay attention to when I play my games. And I think that's probably one of my favorite things about Nintendo, is that their games look so unique and look so much fun and so colorful. I really enjoy that. You being a gamer, what type of games do you play?
I like GTA 5,
Okay.
GTA 4, Saints Row, and Call of Duty and NBA, and football, and Fortnite.
Fortnite. So I've not played Fortnite. How is that?
It's a good game, but
some people don't like it.
Yeah, he don't like
What about Fortnite? What's it about Fortnite that you like so much?
Because you could build like a, I don't know how you explain it, like a ramp, and you could shoot people off of it as they're flying sometimes out the thing, or you could shoot them sometimes on the ground if they're on the ground.
So I have not played Fortnite, but it's something that I might try. It does look like a lot of fun because it looks like you're building, so there's a very creative aspect to the gameplay, but also lots of intense action, so you're both in a creative and like action mode type thing. That sounds really exciting. And you like the GTA 5 and the
Yes.
So you like the open world shooter, and you like the competitive.
Sometimes. Like, I do like basketball because it's, I don't know how you explain it. It's like,
It's a simulator.
no. It's,
So do you play
what's the word for testing? Like,
testing?
the word for it.
So you play the NBA 2K,
Yeah.
2K8,
Because it's,
or whatever, 2K18.
Yeah. Because it's hard a little bit, because if you play people online that know how to play a lot.
I heard the people who play online are very good. It's hard to compete at that level. So the only sports games, I usually like the arcadey sports games, so like NBA Jam or NBA Playgrounds. Have you played any of those or no? Well, you should check those out. They're a little bit less competitive, and they're just about having fun. So are you interested in making games, or is this something that you're interested in, since you're sitting here
Yeah.
interviewing me? You want to make games? What part of game development would you be interested in? Like the coding or the 3D modeling?
3D modeling.
3D modeling. Have you started yet? Do you have a computer at home?
Yeah.
You should get started. Never too early. See, I regret, because I kind of came in teaching myself when I was older, and I really wish, man, I wish I had done this when I was...
Sometimes it's all like, never mind.
So you want to know where you got to start with the YouTube. So you got to go on YouTube and type in 3D modeling tutorials. That's how I got started, and now we're making a game. So it's probably, YouTube is probably your best school.
Oh, the word I was looking for is NBA 2K's challenging.
Oh, okay. The challenge, they have a challenge mode? You have any more questions? You gotta have more questions.
Yes. Does your family like games?
I have a really big family.
Do
About
they
half
like
of
to-
them really like games.
Do they like to play shooting games?
My one brother was really into the shooting games for a while. I have another brother who is just like a year younger than me, who likes all the same games that I do. So all of the the Nintendo games. And then I have an older brother who is really into the retro, old school games. So like the old like NES, Super NES, the Atari type of games. And then I have another brother who he's not as much of a gamer as me and my two other brothers, but he was at one point getting pretty good at Call of Duty and some of those shooters.
Do you like to play other people's games that make the games?
Yeah, I mean, as a gamer, I'm always looking for new games to play. So I'm always interested in what, younger, like not just Nintendo. I know said I really like Nintendo, but I do look for other developers to play, like younger developers like myself, who are just like a small team. I look at those I try to find those games and play those games and experience what other people are doing.
Do you like, no wait. What is your, no I already said that. What do you love about your job?
I really love the creativity of making the games. I think when you're making a game, you're pretty much open. The only limitation is your imagination. So I love being creative. I love doing the 3D artwork. And it feels good too after you complete something. I think that's what I like most, just being creative.
Do you work well with your coworkers?
You already said that, but I do.
Is it hard to make games?
Yeah, there's always challenges. It's, we've been working on this game. It's a relatively, medium-sized game, but it's been definitely challenging this past year, trying to figure out, what kind of 3D models do we want. There's lots of things that can go wrong. Like if I textured the building, but it doesn't look right, I got to retexture it. So there is a lot of trial and error, especially since we don't have any background. And
so it's challenging to make the games?
Yeah, it's just as challenging as any other field, as making a film or painting. It depends on your drive and not being held back. So you don't want to let those challenges, those mistakes to hold you back. You got to push through them. The hard part isn't necessarily fixing the mistake, pushing through it and not letting it get you down. Lots of patience is required. It's the most important part.
What do you do to make video games?
I do the 3D art and whatnot. My friend does all the coding and scripting.
What is the really hardest part of doing it?
The hardest part? I think the hardest part is putting it all together. So that's pretty much the stage that we're at now. So my friend has been coding and I've been modeling. So most of the models are pretty much done and most of the scripting is pretty much done. And then combining those two aspects is what's probably the most challenging. And we use two different programs. So he uses one computer program to do all the coding, and I use a different program to do all of the 3D art. So we have to work between two software programs, which is quite challenging.
Is there one time that you did not like about your job?
Yeah, there are times where I get really frustrated and I can't figure something out. So we had a problem recently we had the problem of me bringing the models over to my friend's software program to actually try to complete the game. But we were having lots of trouble doing that transition from moving the models from one computer to the other computer. And that extremely frustrating, and I was not a happy camper during that time. So there are times, I don't think there's ever an overall period where I'm upset about a specific thing. It's just some mistakes just get in the way, and they can affect me personally, which can make me grumpy and whatnot.
Thank you for coming.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's good to be here.